So we have the AAA high semi rookie ball scores for Sunday, June 1926. You might be like, huh? Why the rookie ball on Sunday? Well, the Dominican Summer League All-Star game. Since there's so many teams in the Dominican Summer League, they don't really regularly play each other. So it's kind of a change. And like, may not always see like the top talent in the league, and then these like people who make like decisions for like the Dominican Summer League games. I mean, there's some there down there like the scouts and stuff down there, but there's not. But this is like the ones maybe United States see more like their top prospects from their teams in the American Summer League there, which is awesome. So we have Indianapolis 13-6 over Columbus, Buffalo 7-3 over Syracuse, Scranton Spur 5 over Hoosier. This is in July. Iowa 13-4 Memphis. St. Paul's gets a 4-game series sweep. It was a remake of that Saturday game when they played in Louisville. That was on it was June 27th game when it was the backyard baseball game. They had the Fishes Mountains playing. They played backyard baseball. Like there's new old versions of the games, and then they made a new version of the game. And then they made a new versions of the game. They released old ones, like the originals, on like mobile. Ones are humongous our team ones. And yeah, they did that. And I like, and they made a new ones on like PS5, like PC, Steam, like Xbox, Nintendo Switch. Trying for all that, so it's awesome. Anyway, yeah, they did that one. We're just going to play 2 with that. They did 1. 1 game. I only got that because there's one with a double header that got postponed. We're never do makeup of another game. So yeah, but yeah, nice week for St. Paul. The beat we go to 4 games. Toledo 6-5 winner. Come see 10 at Durham 3-2 shirt. 11 to Rochester or Jackson. Omaha 12-9 really high Valley. Alright 5-4 over Las Vegas. North Florida Norfolk. Sacramento 5-1 over so like 8-6 to Reno. And El Paso 4-3 over Sharon. In double A we had Akron and Center Bloomington. Harrisburg down to New Hampshire. 4-2 over Simpson. Columbus 5-2 Chattanooga. Chesapeake 5-4 Hartford. Chateau Center Arkansas. Birmingham 7-3 over Legacy. Mercer 8 Midland. Montgomery 10-2 over Knoxville. Erie 10-5 Richmond. Remington 6-2. Lexi over Pensacola. Bush 4-3 Frisco 6-4 Tulsa. And Amarillo 13-2 over Springfield. And then Dane 5-4 Lake County. Asheville 6-0 Rome. Wilmington 10-6 over Joshua. Michigan 8-6 over Rex. Lansing 6-2 over Florida. South Bend 7-3 over Peoria. Bill 15-11 over Cedar Rapids. Winston Fossil Green 5-4. Quad C's has an error, but it's still no hitter though. But that runner wouldn't have been on without the error, so it's still no hitter. Not perfect game because there's no errors, no walks, no errors by on defense. For the team that they have one defense team that gives no hitter, you have to actually score no hit. You have to get no hits, no walks, no hit by pitches, no pass ball. I guess pass balls don't matter, I guess, because but it's basically no hits, no run, no hits, no walks, no hit by pitches, and then no errors either. But yeah, still, I mean, that's still a really good one though. No hitter. 11-0 was Quad Cedar over Wisconsin. Frederick 17-6 over Greenville. 21-3 Spokane. OC Center over Greensboro. Hillsborough 2-2 over Eugene. Tracy 2 over Vancouver. And then Sunday 14-2 over Brooklyn. Game 1 of the Bear. Hudson they with Brooklyn with 1 in the second, 1 in the third. And then Hudson with 3 in the third, 4, 6 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth, 3 in the sixth. And then Hudson in the second game Make them above July 18th. Second wins 5-2. Both teams have the run in the second. 2 in the third. 1 in the fourth side. 1 in the fourth for Brooklyn. 2 in the seventh side. And then in the single night we have to be completed August 25th. Wilson Hickory. 6 for Wilson in the top of the first. There's runner at third, runner first. 2-0. 2-0 count. And it's going to be complete August 25th. That's when they're playing in Hickory. They're playing again. And they're going to start game 1, which is the first game. It's a 9 game at 5 Eastern. Game 2 is at 7:05 Eastern. They're playing in Wilson. The final time of the season they're playing, which is in Wilson. They're going to play 7 games. They're playing 7 games set. So big game. So it's a remake of the first one that goes in Hickory, and the other 6 it'll be at Wilson's proper. So be the weak team. That game, team bang first. Like they're playing professional, like it was in Hickory. Play like what it's in Hickory, but it's actually not. It's in Wilson. And they do that though, so they get the games, and they don't really care where it's being played out. They just want the games to be played, more to be played than worried about where it's being played at. We have Tampa 7-2 Renton, Lakeland 4-3 Warriors, same seats 6 Palm Beach, 2 and 7-0. Indianapolis 10-2 Myrtle Beach, Chelsea 10-7 for Jewelry, Sam 4-2 Marble, Chelsea 8-7 Columbia, Augusta 7 for Fayetteville, Stockton 6-3 and Chocolate 12-5 in the Empire, and 0-5 Regular, and Fresno 2 Visit, and then people are done and make up on August 19th. The inclement weather in the area, like rain in the area. That's a Wednesday always. Don't do it the first day of the series. Just do it the second day. And then is Clearwater. First game is at 4 Eastern. And then they're going to play the second game like it was supposed to be played on July 19th, which was done in the home team. Clearwater the away team because it was a rematch of how it was done in Florida. Because it might make up from how they play when the series isn't done in Florida. Still done in. Still, they're going to play at Clearwater's Park, but done as a home team. Whereas the away team. I like that, you know. And they make up. No, yeah, they'll make it some like All-Star game. The American League All-Stars win 7-6, 13, 8 in hits. They win as well. And then National League has Mars 2-1. The American League score 1 the first. National League 1 the second, 1 the third, 2 in the fourth for both, 1 the sixth for the American League, 3 in the 8 for the American League, and then 2 in the 9th for the National League. But that's it. And the American League wins 7-6.